Hey guys, Rebecca back for another video. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I know I've had quite a few people join in the last few days. So if you're new here, the thing that I'd like to do on Mondays is read a blog post from the Mr. Money Mustache website. He is my favorite financial fire blogger out there. So every Monday I do what's called the quintuple M, the Monday Mr. Money Mustache motivation. So we'll get into today's blog post. Today comes from his post on August 23rd, 2011. He's been out there blogging for quite a while now. Grocery shopping with your middle finger. And if you're unfamiliar with Mr. Money Mustache, he's a little spicy sometimes, so be forewarned. So we'll get into this article. The grocery store is the only retail establishment that I visit more than once a month, but even then we have a bit of a love-hate relationship. I love the grocery store because it is the source of almost all of my food. Under its roof lies a world of unlimited possibilities. It can help me cook up almost any recipe on earth, and by selecting the right foods and avoiding the wrong ones, I can ensure a fantastic level of health for myself and my family. But I also hate the grocery store occasionally because about 90% of the products in there are pure crap. Colorful boxes and disposable plastic packages containing mostly ridiculous chemicals, colors, and artificial flavors, all mixed over a base of high fructose corn syrup, partially hydrogenated oil, and refined white flour. These things are big contributors to our country's startling waistline, and while I believe we should still be free to make, sell, and eat these products at our own discretion, it saddens me to see such an incredible effort and environmental resources going into creating things that logically should not even exist. The grocery store also earns my rage with its ever-tricky pricing scheme. Besides the mental filtering required to seek out that healthy 10% of items not covered by the previous paragraph, there is also a wildly fluctuating game of price gouging going on at my store, which happens to be Safeway. Lucerne organic eggs are sometimes $2.99 for a dozen when they are on sale. Otherwise, they are $4.59 and a competing brand becomes $2.99 instead, or some amount in between. Apples can usually be found for $1 or so per pound, except when you grow complacent and they jack them up to $2.49, resulting in you buying yourself a $15 bag of apples if you aren't paying attention. Today I needed tomatoes and they had temporarily risen from 99 cents to $3.99 per pound, so my little handful cost me $5.69. Later I learned there is not a nationwide tomato embargo as I had assumed. They are still 99 cents at the other grocery store, but Safeway just decided to give old Mr. Money Mustache the shaft in the name of profit. But now they're paying for it in the form of bad PR, aren't they? Take that, you $3.99 a pound charging bitches. At least you can take comfort that some prices are always stable. Specialty items like little packages of basil leaves and gluten-free bread mix and the comedically priced fitness supplements depicted in the headline picture of this article follow a year-round ridiculous shaftola pricing scheme. So what's a mustachian to do in a situation like this? I like to call it grocery shopping with your middle finger, and here are the main ingredients. Know the right price. I've been the family's main grocery shopper for years, so I know exactly how much all of my main staples should cost. Interestingly enough, I've hit grocery stores all across the U.S. on road trips, and I find the prices are surprisingly consistent across the land. This makes it easy to shop efficiently even while on vacation. If prices are ever significantly above the right range, I discreetly stick up both of my middle fingers, swear under my breath, and move on to a substitute good if possible. Conversely, if prices are below the normal range, I'll stock up like crazy. For items with a long shelf life, this can lead to some interesting results, like the time I bought 30 jars of Classico pasta sauce because it had dropped from $3.50 to $1.50 per jar, or 20 boxes of Quaker Oat Square cereal because it had temporarily been marked down from $4.50 to $1 per box. The cashiers raised an eyebrow each time, but each of these purchases saved me about $50 over the regular price for these products, and gave me a nice inventory at home to help reduce further trips to the store. I like to think of it as a little algorithm. If a food is overpriced, buy zero or the minimum possible amount you can live with. If a food is regular priced, buy an amount to last until your next grocery trip. Minimum 1 week supply. If a food is underpriced, buy at least enough to last until the next expected sale at this level, 4 weeks usually. If a food is drastically underpriced, buy a near infinite amount, limited only by shelf life of food and available stock on shelves. If bananas go to 1 cent per pound, you can't really benefit, but if rolled oats drop to an all-time low, I'd probably buy at least a year's supply, 100 pounds. Use healthiness and cost per calorie to decide what to eat. I love blueberries and raspberries, and they are good for you, but for most of the year, they are ridiculously expensive, as much as $5.99 for a tiny handful in a 4-ounce container. These 64 calories are costing you $9.35 per calorie. To live solely off blueberries at 2,000 calories per day, you'd spend $187 per day, $68,255 per year. On the other hand, I also love old-fashioned rolled oats. These can be had for about 70 cents per pound in 9-pound boxes at Costco. A pound of rolled oats contains 714 calories, and fantastic ones too, rich in fiber, protein, and iron. This cost per calorie is 0.041 cents. In other words, blueberries are about 299 times more expensive than rolled oats. If I lived solely on the rolled oats at 2,000 calories per day, it would cost me 81.6 cents per day to eat, or $298 per year. Beans and rice and beans, right? You can use this cost per calorie strategy to optimize your eating. Not compromising on health, of course, but just shuffling around healthy foods so that cheaper ones get eaten more. As a few more examples, I personally eat loads of raw almonds at $3.99 a pound, natural peanuts only peanut butter, $2.50 a pound, 1% milk, $4 a gallon, bananas, 69 cents per pound, basmati rice, 60 cents per pound. Meat is more expensive. For example, steak or chicken breast at $5 a pound for 560 calories yields 89 cents per calorie, about 11 times more than the natural peanut butter, which is just as good for you in many ways. Protein, of which I'm a big fan, can easily be supplemented with beans and rice, cheese and eggs, and a 6-pound bag of whey protein powder that you can mix into shakes, also from Costco. You can also mix it in your coffee, like I do every morning. Avoid cutesy little containers of things that cost $8. Nowadays, organic and healthy food has caught on in a big way, especially among the affluent 20 to 40-something crowd. When you combine a desire to do the right thing with the typical free-spending middle-income earner, you get a highly profitable sucker consumer. And Whole Foods and natural grocers are right there to make the most of it, with tiny little jars of Miss Fancy Pants natural ostrich feather butter for $18.99. And Jack McGillicuddy's organic maple elven unicorn syrup crisp cereal for $77.59 for a 2-serving bag. When I visit the homes of middle-income people these days, I find the pantry absolutely loaded with these big-ticket, small-quantity items, and then I understand why their grocery bills are $1,000 per month. Buying luxury health foods from small companies is a great thing to do if you can actually afford it. You're sticking it to the unhealthy factory food system and Monsanto, while supporting the growth of healthier small companies. But if you're not yet retired, you can't afford it yet, so why not compromise by buying any reasonably priced organic food you can find at a regular grocery store, build up your stash for now, and then switch to the boutique stuff after your first million. I also eat fruits and vegetables at every meal, despite their higher cost per calorie, just for the sake of deliciousness and having a healthy balance. I just lean towards things like cucumbers, carrots, apples, bananas, rather than out-of-season blueberries and raspberries from New Zealand, except for special occasions. In the earlier exposed article, I found that we spend an average of $74 per week. And they're a family of 3, husband, wife, and 1 child. So, there's a addendum on this article, the first one. Mr. Money Mustache's amazing save $100 on cereal per year trick. Not everyone loves cereal, but some of us are addicts and could eat it all day. You know who you are. I have at least a couple bowls daily myself. 4 years ago, I invented a trick where I substitute 50 to 75% of the cereal for plain rolled oats, uncooked, straight out of the container. Then pour regular sugary cereal like Honey Bunches of Oats or Raisin Bran on top of that. Mix it up, add some bananas, and you have a super nice bowl of the good stuff. I actually prefer the texture and taste of this over regular boxed cereal. For every pound of oats you use up doing this, you save about $2, since cereal in boxes cost around $2.70 per pound and oats are only 70 cents. I kept track for a year and found that I had used 50 pounds of oats. I saved $400 so far with just this trick, and it helped me sharpen up the abdomen as well due to the reduced sugar and higher fiber content. Kind of a nifty trick there if you think about it. A lot of people do the overnight oats in the refrigerator. Why not just throw some oats into your cereal and use less cereal if you're a cereal person? And second addendum for this article, an update 2 years later. Since writing this article, the adults in our family have switched to a lower carbohydrate and higher fat style of eating with even better results. Awesome, that's what I do. Or try to anyway, not perfect. Instead of cereal, I have a heartier breakfast with eggs and avocados, less pasta, and more stir-fried vegetables. If your current plan works for you, stick with it, but if you ever need to lose fat, try dropping all bread and sugars, including most fruit juice. Eat the fruit instead and see what happens. All right, so let me know what y'all think of this article. He brings up some great points here. I will firsthand admit that while my husband and I don't spend on the boutique items and, like prepackaged items of vegetables that are already cut up for you, we know that those are super expensive, so we steer away from that kind of stuff. Admittedly, we really don't shop the sales, so to speak. We just keep a grocery list of things that we're running out of during the week, and then when we go into the grocery store, we buy what we need. And then on top of that, if there's something in particular, like this last weekend, we wanted to try to make some homemade Chinese food. And we bought some lo mein noodles and some chicken and different type of sauces and things to try to make our own Chinese food. We wanted to make the homemade crab rangoons. That turned out really good, actually. So yeah, none of that stuff was on sale, so to speak. We just took a wild hair and decided we wanted to try that because we like to cook. So if we really did shop the sales and focused on the stores that we went to, we probably could save a lot more money than what we do. For instance, if we shopped at Aldi exclusively, we could save a ton of money, and I'm going to try to start doing that more. We pay for convenience in that we don't like going to multiple stores when we grocery shop, so that gets us. But another thing I noticed reading through the article here is that a lot of the things that Mr. Money Mustache mentions are things that my husband and I grow here at home. We make our own homemade pasta sauce. We have, I don't even know how many quart jars now, canned of homemade pasta sauce out of the tomatoes out of our garden. I grow carrots. We had a whole rash of cucumbers this year. We have blueberry, raspberry, and blackberry bushes outside that I've been picking berries off all summer and save them in the freezer. We have asparagus we grow here. Y'all know, you've seen my garden updates. If you can grow your own food, then that's a great way to save a little money there too. And also, one other thing worthy of mention, every once in a while we go to a grocery salvage store in our area. And it's totally worth it if y'all would just Google in your local area, wherever you live, see if there's a grocery salvage store around you. We have gotten some groceries on crazy discount from the salvage store. And really the only reason we don't shop there every week is because it's not a store that you can go to where you know consistently what they're going to have. So sometimes we tend to skip over the salvage store in the sake of just stopping at one grocery store and getting everything we need. So yeah, if we could really learn to break that habit and start going just to Aldi and the salvage grocery store, we could probably save a lot more money on groceries than what we do. So yeah. If y'all have any other tips for saving on groceries, then feel free to comment and leave them down below. Thanks for watching this episode. I know it was a little bit of a longer one, but it is a good one because groceries are one of those things in your budget that is a really variable expense. You can go uber cheap or you can really go expensive on your groceries if you're not paying attention. So yeah, I will see y'all next Monday for the next episode of the Quintuple M. Thanks for watching. Bye.